So let me introduce you to Glen Tucker. This is Glen Tucker. Okay. And I'm going to start this up. Glen, are you ready?
I'm ready, yes.
Are you absolutely ready?
Absolutely ready.
As ready as one can be.
Yeah.
Here we are. I'm going to press F5 and then start. I hope. Yes.
The 7-word system. There are 7 interactive forces in any given situation. If you know all 7, you can master the situation. If you don't know all 7, you can get confused and omit something which is crucial. We have studied ancient scripture, disciplines of thought such as Sufism, Sikhism, Christianity, and many modern movements, such as that of Sri Yukswar, Paramhansa Yogananda's guru. From these studies, it can be identified that the number 7 is a magic number in both the spiritual and the physical worlds. It's a cosmology that applies to everything. There are 7 principles that are studied by great scholars beyond the time that we have time to discuss today. What we have done is to distill the wisdom into as simple a system as possible, into 7 primary words to describe these forces. Something's gone wrong with the technology. Oh, something's come back. These are called primary because they are usually the first you learn when learning a language. And they are no, yes, please, thank you, hello, goodbye, and sorry. If we look at these words as fundamental building blocks of thought, and you understand that what we think depends on what we say, you will know that because we have not learned to be clear about what these words mean from when we were children, we no longer know what they mean in depth. What it means for you or me or another person is different. So what we've done in the 7-word system is to describe and define what these words mean using keywords. So what do I mean when I use the words no, for example? I mean boundaries, identity, choice, and truth. When I say sorry, I can mean remorse, release, repair, or responsibility. It structures our way of thinking. Now, as we know, what we think comes to pass. What we create in the physical world, we live from our thoughts, and they come from what we say. So the 7 words is a tool used to clear up what we think, what we say, and our behavior. What are the applications of this? Let's look at personal development and corporate management, for example. On the personal development side, you can look at where you are weak and the need to strengthen in that particular place and where you're strong. If you're weak on goodbye, which includes the word decision, then you can be indecisive or stuck. In the corporate situation, the management approach might be weak on thanks, which would include appreciation, valuing, giving, or heart essence. The environment then would be cold and demotivating. If the company is poor on goodbye, decision-making, there could be 7 divisions of weakness, subdivisions of weakness. No, does it deal with the problem? Hello, does it give you options? Thanks, is it attractive? Goodbye, is it cost-effective? Please, is the decision in harmony with the long-term company vision? Yes, is it taking advantage of the situation as it stands and leveraging the company strength? Decision-making is much more effective when you address all the aspects involved. Meetings are more effective when you take all the 7 aspects into account, and these tools apply to all other company processes: sales, product development, presentations. So the 7 words can be applied to all aspects of life with great benefit in terms of clarity, effectiveness, understanding, results, and a common language in a company that ensures ever-free communication. And so there are benefits from that, of course. Financial benefits, harmony, all those sort of things. Any questions?
Well, great.
Thanks. Any questions? Yes.
I was interested to note that you, which words you decided or you found were the earliest words, certainly with English. How did you decide those were the earliest words?
They come from a very fundamental level of human consciousness. So there are levels of consciousness, and those words are actually associated with those levels of consciousness. So
have you looked at levels of consciousness and then decided on the words that match, or have you looked at what children say under the age of 2 for learning language and decided what are the first words and what levels do they relate to? Which way has it gone?
okay, thanks for that. I'm going to ask Richard, who has been teaching the 7 words a lot longer than I have. So introducing Richard. Would you like to add to that, Richard?
Thank you, Glenn. It comes not from a study of what children say, what children are taught, but from the 7 planes of consciousness. So looking for the real essence, boiling down everything in the planes of consciousness to 7 simple words, which happen then to be some of the first words that we learn as children.
So
Yes, I spent a long time looking at this. It was a very good scandal. And I can tell you that one of the very first words is mine. I'm not saying that dismisses the system by any means, but I think there may be something, I don't know what one you're going to knock out, but I feel that mine is, it does work in the way that you say. There is a lot of mine about business world that you have to take into account, like you want to make profits.
So mine, we would put into know. Mine is about boundaries. This is mine. It's not yours.
Okay.
Yeah?
So we'll put mine stroke no. Okay. I go with that. It's an interesting system. Yeah, I think it's a valuable and interesting system.
I'd be very happy to talk some more about it if you'd like to.
We're obviously here to do that. And anybody like some literature? We've obviously got some information at the back. Another question? We got time?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
You've got until 1 minute to 8.
Oh, right. Okay, right. Yes?
Well, you said, as you know, what we think comes to pass. I'd like you to say a bit more about that, because I'm not sure I agree.
Okay, just repeat the question for me again, so I really understand
You
it.
said what we think comes to pass.
Okay. So are you familiar with some of the work of Abraham Hicks, or The Secret, or that sort of thing?
I don't know about this.
Okay. So, what we tend to concentrate on, of course, we miss all the other things that are going on. So what we tend to concentrate on, and of course it's what's in our thoughts, we tend to create. So if we're worried about something, we're worried about not having enough money, guess what we're creating? A lack. Because we notice all the things where we don't have things. Whereas somebody who notices opportunities will notice opportunities and create opportunities, so they'll have abundance. So thinking is so fundamental to what happens in our lives. So there's an expression which says, thought creates reality. So your world is your thoughts. Everybody has their own world. And so we're creating our reality by what we think. So it is so powerful once you realize that, and I believe this, that we're responsible for everything that happens in our lives. If you watch your mind and see what's happening in your thoughts, you'll see why things happen in your life. So the 7 words is an opportunity for you to identify where your thinking is and measure it and see where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are. Does that make sense?
I understand what you're saying. I'm not sure I agree with it.
That's fine. Thank you. Another question?
So as the lady in front of us, why did you agree with it? Is that curiosity?
Oh, wow, this is going to take more than 1 minute.
That's going to be a coffee break.
And we love discussions in the 7 words. That's what it's all about. People sharing and, thinking about thoughts and what does that mean in your life. And, so it's it's a very powerful tool we use in the training, discussing what is that thought, what does that mean to you? Where is the emotion when you say that? Where is that in your body? All those techniques that I'm sure many people here are familiar with.
And we're going to have to stop there. That's your 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, everybody.